one simple step that you could take your worship to a deeper place? What if movement could unlock something powerful in your time with God? Today, we're going to be talking with two worshipers who completed the last worship challenge that we did in October. And we're going to hear about how God showed up for them, what was surprising to them, and what they're stepping into in the next Spirit and Truth worship challenge. If you've wondered what's possible when you worship with flags, you won't want to miss this right after the bump. All right, so we are having a bit of technical issues. We're going to see what happens today. Hi, I'm Andrea York with Catch the Fire Worship Flags. This is the Fan into Flame live stream, and it's your place to become the worshiper God is looking for. It's inspired by John 4:23. We explore every kind of worship-related topic in worship, in spirit and truth. And if you're a creative worshiper, this is your place. So please like and follow. Now, coincidentally, our next challenge is actually called Spirit and Truth. And kind of taken from, I've really been on what the Lord has been sharing with me is actually that to become the worshiper that he wants, as per John 4:23. So that's what our live stream is out, but that's what our next challenge is. And I'm going to bring on our guests. Please welcome with me. Oh, we've lost. Okay. Please welcome Holly Warren. Hi, Holly. Welcome.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. So if you are tuning in, I would love to know if you have any troubles hearing either one of us, please let me know, because we've had sometimes an issue when there's been more than one camera. But Holly, we are expecting Joanna Jarvis as well, but I think that with her internet was kind of spotty as we were kind of stepping in. But I want to welcome you, Holly. Tell us where you're coming in from.
Alma, Arkansas.
Arkansas. Yeah. So you're in Central. Thank you so much for joining us live. I know it's like probably right around your dinner time. But it looks like
I'm actually getting ready to go to church.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you. So you in the last challenge, we started doing a worship challenge in October. And it's not that worshipers don't worship kind of all the time, but sometimes just the added collective worship and joining others in the worship spurs us on. What is it that you were actually quite active in the group, and you were quite active in the challenge? Tell us, what was it that prompted you, or what did you get out of the challenge?
Well, okay, so like where I'm from, like flag worship really isn't like a very prominent. Like there's actually only one other lady in my church that does it with me. So it was really nice seeing like the whole community, of like-minded people. That was probably my number one thing that I liked about it, just the diversity, like not just like in the United States, but all over the place, Yeah. That was probably my favorite part about it, because like I said, it's just me and one other girl, so it was kind of like, I don't know, just like we were alone. I mean, luckily I'm in a church that allows us to worship, how we see fit, but yeah, that was probably my number one like about it.
I'm going to say that hang on just one. I'm going to answer your question or respond to that, but let's bring in Joanna as well. Hey, Joanna, there you are. So we're just talking. This is Joanna. I'm gonna get you to introduce yourself in just a moment. But what Holly was saying, one of the things that she liked about the challenge was that just being together. And to be honest, I'm just trying to hang on. No. This is my problem here. Trying to do things. There we go. Trying to do things with technology. I can do a lot of things, but for some reason, this is really difficult. But here's the thing: even in a church that does a lot of flag worship or allows it, say you have a really large church, like a church like like even Bethel Church in California, where there's about 5,000 people. In that 5,000, we're probably talking the amount of people would be less than 10%
Yeah.
in any congregation. So if you have 5,000 people to 10% of that or 10% would be actually 500. Like there'd probably be about 1%. That would be about 1%. So even if you have a church like yourself, Holly, that allows worship flags, that appreciates it, allows you to worship as you like, that even still, we're still a very small
Yes.
group of people within our bodies, which is why you said that the challenge was so great seeing everybody together. It was very vibrant. It was extremely active in the Facebook group then. Joanna, so welcome here. Tell us where you're calling in from. So if you are not familiar with where Nova Scotia is, because probably not, Nova Scotia is on the east coast of Canada, and I am in Vancouver, which is the west coast of Canada, and sandwiched in between us. But if you were to just go a little bit south, is Holly. So Arkansas is like central, and
Yeah.
where Joanna and I are, what you said, 4 hours apart, right? In time zone. Yeah, so you even beyond Eastern Standard Time. You are, yeah. So Holly, you're smack dab in the middle of us, and I love this. This is an international. So even in the worship challenge, we had people from multiple countries, not just Canada and the U.S. There was other countries represented. There was men that were
Yes.
participating. Was awesome to see because there's not a lot of men. Actually, I don't think there's any men in my church that do it. How about you, Joanna?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kimberly from Austin, Texas, she's watching. She says that she's only her and one other. So this is really common, which is, I think, one of the best reasons why we have these a worship challenge. It's a week long. We get to really participate, really dig in, and be inspired by others. Like people were posting encouragement. They were posting photos. They were posting some lives or some videos. What was it that you, Joanna, loved about the challenge last time? Was there anything about the challenge that surprised you in terms of the depth of worship? Did it take you deeper?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah. How just a technical interruption for a moment. Carrie's saying that she can't hear you. I've turned up Joanna, turned up her mic. Is that better? We want to make sure. Hi, Venetia. Welcome. I'm so glad that you guys are joining us in our live. If you are just joining us in the live stream, were you part of the challenge in October? And are you signed up for the challenge that's starting this week? Yeah, so share in the comments. I'd love to hear that. You can't hear it. You can't, Kimberly, you cannot hear me or Joanna or Holly. We're just dealing with a little bit of technical. If not, if there's a problem, we're going to have to maybe cut it short. But I love uh, just I love worshiping with others, even the collective. Like I was saying to Holly, one of the aspects of a challenge that I really like is, I mean, it's intimate and personal. You take
Mm-hmm.
what you want to get out of it. There's nobody's telling you that you can or you have to or you um like nobody's saying, did you do the homework? It's available for us collectively. And even for myself, like I, as a worshiper, I'm a flag maker. I do spend a lot of time in worship, but this was specific to, okay, I'm really setting aside 20 minutes every day. And I, to be honest, I don't do that every day. um is that in your experience? Like, um was that something that added to the impact of the challenge?
It most definitely did for me.
Yeah. And if you had to, um, if you were to describe it for someone else coming into the next challenge, what are you looking forward to in the next challenge? And what would you say to expect to someone who might be coming in? Holly, why don't you answer?
Okay. I didn't want to be rude. I think, well, part of what I liked about the last one, of course, is you teaching us the movements, because I'm self-taught. Um, because like I said, there's not very many flag worshipers around here, so everything that I know, that I've either learned from you or I've just taught myself. I just, in the spirit. And so that was one thing I really enjoyed, is you showing us the movements and what they mean, and I think that helps you go deeper also. And
Yes.
and I know once I was drawn to the flags just from seeing videos and stuff on Facebook, and once I finally got my own set and started worshiping that way, I got so much deliverance and healing from that. And now he really speaks to me when I'm worshiping like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how much deeper it's going to go through this one.
That's fantastic.
So yeah.
Can you share a little bit more about the healing, your testimony, your worship testimony?
Well, I come from I was actually um, in a drug addiction for probably about 20 years, and the Lord delivered me from that. I'm about 5 years clean now, and I actually have a recovery ministry through my church that me and my husband run, and so like he's done a lot for me, and and I think until I finally started to worship him, like you can read your Bible and you can do the church and everything, but when you finally start to worship him, I think he really comes and meet you where you're at. And like I said, I think most of my healing that I got from my past and all that came when I was worshiping. So like I said, I can't wait to see what else he has in store, because he's never done. He's never done with us. So I'm really excited.
That's so amazing. Thank you for sharing that. That is so precious to me. Joanna, how have you encountered the Lord in worship? Like, what do you have a worship testimony? Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you also for participating in the last challenge. I think that there's still some technical issues with the hearing. So, Joanna, I'm going to say goodbye to you, and thank you for joining us. I'm sorry that it just is not working, but we were going to see you in the Facebook group. We're starting officially on Monday morning. So we'll see you then. There's some information if you're to get into the Facebook group, because everything happens in the Facebook group. That's where we're going to go live. So thank you, Joanna, for participating. I really appreciate that. And we're going to say goodbye to you. And Holly, I just want to say thanks again.
You're welcome.
Also, I want to say that when my dog loves to be in my worship room, and I
I
really
got two of them running circles right now.
there's something about animals, and they have the sense of where Holy Spirit is. And I know that when I'm worshiping, and I don't know if you actually worship outside, but worshiping where the dog is, or where I am, the dog always wants to be, because I think that they really do pick up where the Spirit is.
No, I love worshiping outside. I think out nature's that's another place that you can truly connect, because I mean that's where we were meant to be. Like we were created to be in the garden. So I love being outside and worshiping, and just that's where I go by praying, and everything's outside. So
Amen to that. Well, thanks again for joining us. I am going to
you're
let
very
you go
welcome.
and talk a little bit more about the challenge. I know that you're already signed up, so you're starting to get some information about it. We're going to see you on Monday. I'll be live like this.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So enjoy church tonight. Talk later. Thank you for
Thank
joining us.
you.
Bye-bye. All right. So thank you for joining in to the live stream, talking with Holly and with Joanna about some of the impact that they had in the last challenge in October. We are planning on doing this and to do this about 3 times a year. I think that is just a really good reset with our busy lives. It takes just a week for us to come together collectively. And if you are just tuning in and you didn't hear at the beginning, one of the greatest parts of the challenge was the activity in the Facebook group and the community that was growing in that community group. Because even if you have a church, and a lot of us actually don't have churches where where the freedom to use worship flags exists. So, but even if you do have that, the amount of interested worshipers in that form of worship is quite small. And so it might be just you or just one or a few others. Several of you have already commented that that's your experience as well. So this community where we collectively come together for 5 days, or it's a 7-day, we just get to enjoy each other, be inspired by each other, inspired by worship, sharing each other's and hearing testimonies of the impact of worship. Because worship, we're going to talk in the Spirit and Truth Worship Challenge. It's 5 days. And what happens if you are not yet signed up? You can sign up. There is a link in the show, in the notes for in the video description. There's a link there. You can expect there's going to be a daily devotion that'll come to you early in the morning. So hopefully we'll catch you before you start your day. It starts off the day with just a thought, an inspirational devotional thought, and then we're going to take that theme, and I'm going to talk about that at 4 p.m. Pacific's time. Tamara, I'm so glad that you signed up. We are, yeah, so every day at 4, it's 4 p.m. Pacific time. So for that 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So that is going to be happening every day, and you'll be able to post. We encourage you to go do live streaming in our group. We encourage you to post videos. We encourage you to post, inspire us, and share your testimonies. This is our opportunity to get to know the community and to be encouraged by the community. So let me just tell you a little bit about what the challenge is going to be. Our theme, again, is John 4:23, that how God desires that we worship him in spirit and in truth. We're going to be talking on day 1. It's about the call to worship. So we're talking about the call of the worshiper. and what it is that God has put on your heart. I think that this is going to resonate with really, if you have this passion to worship and a desire to do creative worship, even if you've never picked up worship flags, I encourage you to start this challenge. So we're going to be talking about that. Next, we're going to be talking about worshiping in spirit. What does that look like? And then the next day, worshiping in truth. And then we're going to be talking about some of the barriers that actually lead us to that prevent us from worshiping freely. We're going to talk about that, and then we're going to end it for sure with the lifestyle of what we can expect and what does it look like to have a lifestyle of worship. So I really do invite you to join us. If you haven't yet, do sign up. You'll get an email with an invitation to the private Facebook group where you can start posting already. Everything happens. The live streams are going to be happening right here. If you cannot participate, we'll have one live stream, which we do every Thursday, our Fan into Flame live stream that happens on Thursday. What you're watching right now, we're gonna give you a sneak peek what's been happening in the group. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't even know, but I'm looking forward to and expecting some great testimonies. Now, with that, I'd like to say bless you on your worship journey. Again, if you are new to worship flagging, this is the perfect time for you to be encouraged and hear testimonies of other. Holly, who we just had on, she's got an incredible testimony of healing from drug addiction and recovery. Isn't that fantastic? Like he takes our brokenness and he just makes us beautiful. And if you saw her, if you are just tuning in, you didn't see her, go back and watch the video so you can see she just radiates and there's just a joy. And Joanna as well. Joanna's on the other side of Canada. And I've just really appreciated the encouragement that she's been to me personally as I've gotten to know her, because she's been purchasing some worship flags from Catch the Fire worship flags, but she was really instrumental and very active in the last challenge. So those are two of the women that you will see. There's going to be a lot more. And hopefully maybe we're going to try doing some testimonies like this as the week progresses, because I really am looking forward to what is happening in your life in regards to worship, what it does, and just the impact on your faith journey. So thank you for joining us for the live stream. We keep it nice and tight and short and sweet. So thanks for saying hi. Thanks for participating. We will see you in the Facebook group for the Spirit and Truth Worship Challenge. You have a great day. Blessings.